Dude, man. No, he's taking a running back there. He's taking the best running back available.
Yeah, and then I just think Caleb Williams will go like at some point, and then Jaden Daniels will go some point in the second. I think Caleb's
sense.
more of like an end of the first guy, but like at the same time, like I don't even know who like really needs quarterbacks in our league.
I mean, that's the thing though. Like, that's the thing though, right? Like, I mean, it's just tough, and we only play with the one quarterback, and barring an injury, you have the same guy for every single week. So they're really not. I mean, they're just not that valuable as opposed to other guys that you could draft.
Like some random quarterback off the waiver wire could put up like give you a 20-point game for no reason. But
yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. I mean, Josh Dobbs was lighting it up for like 4 weeks this year, 5 weeks. So like it not that they're not valuable. Like I'm incredibly happy that I have Stroud now
like
for years
you're set
to
for a minute.
So it's a gamble, but like I don't know. Good work.
I'm skipping a couple questions because like we kind of just answered them through conversation.
Oh yeah.
The next one was what are your plans for Fields? Hold him as a backup. Like you're just gonna hold him as backup, right?
Yeah, definitely. I want to see where he goes. I would love to see him in Atlanta if they do trade him. I want him to stay in Chicago. It's a little weird because if he stays in Chicago, then I'm sure they'll probably draft Marvin Harrison, and I don't really want him to eat into DJ Moore's target share. So it's strange where like I want Fields in Chicago, but at the same time I want Sleepy to stay that alpha wide receiver one that he was this year.
Yeah. Thing is, I feel like he can help him though. Like this year, like they didn't really have a 2, so I feel like defenses were really focused on shutting him down, which is why he was a little inconsistent.
Yeah, I mean, I think that also had to do with Fields getting hurt for 5 weeks.
True.
You know what I mean? Like he still finishes the wide receiver 6 on the year. Mm-hmm. So like he was very good.
Wide receiver 6?
Wide receiver 6, yep.
DJ Moore was?
Yep, 16.9 points per game.
Well, I mean, Caleb should be better.
He will be better than Fields. If he isn't, I'll be shocked.
Dude, that's the thing though. The NFL has such a difficulty evaluating quarterback talent. Mm-hmm. We see it every year. These guys go to the top of the draft and then just turn out horrible.
Like, what I mean? Drake May, I'm telling you, that's gonna happen with him.
You think?
Yeah.
People are more confident in his floor than Caleb. So.
Who? Drake May?
Yeah. His floor, you said?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I don't know.
The USC quarterback, man, like we've seen up close and personal. Sam Darnold was supposed to be that guy.
He
man.
was.
Yeah.
Like
but that you can blame on the Jets, honestly. Like I don't know.
And you can blame most things on the Jets, but like I don't know.
How was Darnold the other day when he played for the Niners? It wasn't that bad. I don't think until he lost. Well, he fumbled.
I don't think it was that great. Like he's still a turnover machine.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But I mean. It's tough to tell, but yes, I will be keeping Fields. And if he does not stay in Chicago, I would like to see him in Atlanta, personally.
Yeah, Atlanta would be a great spot for him. Do you have an idea of who you want at the 110 next draft, or are you still letting the ring sink and you haven't really thought about it?
Definitely. I honestly, I don't know the direction I'm gonna head in now. And. The 110 is kind of just like a little added bonus to the year. You know what I mean? Like at one point, I honestly was like, we were getting close to the trade deadline, and I was like, I should trade this pick. You know what I mean? Load up for this year and try to just get another guy that can help me. Mm-hmm. Very early on in the season, I was talking with Chris about Austin Eckler. Trading for him, and if he stayed good, which obviously he did not. And I feel like every single one of these videos, Chris just like catches these random strays. You know what I mean?
Podcast. It just comes out naturally. It's bad analytics.
But yeah, so I was gonna do that for maybe that pick or players or something like that, and then that didn't happen. Mm-hmm. And then toward the deadline, Alex reached out to me. He offered me Raheem Mostert, who I didn't really want to trade. He wanted picks, and I wasn't really interested in trading for a 31-year-old running back.
No.
You know what I mean? Even if he would have helped me this year, I mean, my first round pick is honestly more worth it to me. And he was good, but it's weird. I
was not about to pay first for him.
Did he approach you as well?
Yeah, he wanted that first for him, and I was just like, hell no. Like,
yeah, he asked me for a first and a second. He asked me for 2 picks.
I think he might have the same.
And I was like, yeah, definitely not. But I told him, I was like, hey, we can revisit this closer to the trade deadline. Text me like October at some point. But then coming to the trade deadline, I was like, Kyron was just coming off the IR. Mm-hmm. And I was like, maybe I should reach out to him, offer him this pick for Kyron, and see what we can get done. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That would have helped.
He wasn't
and
down.
I didn't. No, I never texted him. I just never did it. And I was like, you know what? Like in an ideal situation, I win the league and I have my first round pick on top. You know what I mean? Like that's ideal. And here we are. So I haven't really begun to think about the offseason yet, honestly.
It's normal. Gotta let the ring sink in.
That's what I mean. Like that's what I mean. Like I'm not running around and trying to make trades or sign contracts or anything. I'm just trying to. I guess I'm just trying to figure it out from here. Like you said, let it sink in. But yeah, the 110. I know guys. Obviously, like I know people in the draft, and I know my team needs. So I'm thinking about it a little bit, but I'm not there yet. Like knowing who I'm going to take and whatnot.
Also, 110, I guess, is just harder to predict. It's just like more of a best player available pick.
Well, exactly. That's kind of the. I mean, I had the 110 for a while last year, and I ended up trading it. But the thought process going into the offseason with the 110 was I'll just take the top guy on the board, whoever's there, whoever it may be. So I don't know. I gotta wait and see what happens in the draft. Long offseason could end up being traded. If anybody's interested in the 110. I'm in on every offer. I'm in on every offer. So that's what I always say.
Is there like a certain position you would like to try to build on, or no?
This year it's a little tough. Like I said, it's like really gotta think about it.
I feel like you're pretty filled out at each position.
Right. It's different. I think at this point it kind of just turns into replacing aging players. But at the same time, the aging players are, they go right back up in value again next year, and they start to produce again. You know what I mean? What if Keenan Allen locks in again? He's not going to have a year like he did this year.
No,
never again.
That'd be wild.
Put up career numbers as like a 31-year-old or whatever he is, 30-year-old or something like that. Not going to do it again. But I think that they are still valuable. I mean, Diggs kind of, crapped the bed. Toward the end of the year, but he did that again last year, and he started this year great, and he still finished as wide receiver 9. So like I guess just getting younger is my priority. So I don't think it's a certain position group so much as it is just prioritizing that and making sure my team is not one and done. You know what I mean? Can stay good for a while.
Yep, that's the goal.
Yeah.
Could we see you move on from Stephon Diggs this next season? I heard rumors that it was going to happen.
It's possible. It's possible. I'm in on every offer. I say it all the time. You wanna text me about anyone? I'm all ears. I'm not the kind of guy that will laugh at your message and not respond about a trade offer, or if you were to text me every Sunday maybe for a guy and I just flat out ignored you. I'm not that kind of guy. So it's possible. I could see it. I don't know exactly what I would want. I would love to have him on the team again next year. I mean, he's great when it's not the month of December. So like,
Does Jack still have Allen Robinson?
Yeah.
He still has him.
I'm pretty sure. Did he drop him? No, he dropped him. He dropped him.
I can check.
When he comes on the podcast, I'm giving him my Allen Robinson jersey.
I
have one.
I don't know.
Just giving it to him like a keep or
no.
It's
a Jaguars one.
But Jack, I mean, Jack in itself is just funny. He's dead last in waiver ads throughout the all 3 years.
Him and Norm make no moves. I was looking at the trades today.
Yeah.
They both have 3, I think.
Yes, they're tied. They both are tied with 3. I noted that they were both tied with 3, except Jack's 3 trades are all with Chris. So like he gets ranked lower than Norm. And then he's also Jack. So like I said, he's dead last in waiver ads with 27. That's 9 waiver ads a year. That's not even like one a week. That's like one every other week.
Yeah,
does
pretty
not
much.
Allen Robinson.
Right? He does not. I think you dropped him. That was one of his 27 waiver moves.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's wild.
Yeah. It's crazy. I mean, well, and the next closest on waiver ads is Norm with 44. So like that's even a significant jump.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I guess it's worked for them if they both like Jack got to the Super Bowl. Norm has made the playoffs each year.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, and when I was doing research for this sheet, I found this interesting. So I'm tied for 3rd in trades made with a total of 13. The spreadsheet says 12. That's wrong. I counted 13. I have them all listed here. And I'm tied with Alex with 13. Only you and Chris have made more. I'm 3rd in waiver ads in the league with 94 all time, only behind you two. And what does everybody in this room have in common? You know what I mean?
We have a ring.
So is there a correlation between being active in the league, making moves, you know what I mean, and winning?
Not
do
for
you
Chris, but for us, yes.
Well, Chris is leading the league in trades actually.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying.
Something like that. So, but here's the thing though, some of the trades he made were fine. It's just the other ones that were so horribly bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's my question. Now, like, Jack a fluke? He's good. He's very good.
Yeah, his team is nice.
But, you know, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I mean, we're here.
I think his first season, when like he knew he was bad, I think he made like maybe like 2 waiver moves.
And that's what I'm saying.
So that probably set it off a bit too. But like I mean, compared to the whole league,
that's what I mean. So is there something to be said about being active in this league? I think so.
Yeah, I guess so.
Good thing to note for the off season.
Yes. So if you had to pick one, I guess you kind of answered this earlier.
Yeah. Let's hear it.
Who is your favorite player on the roster? Is it CD?
Yeah, I think especially it's definitely CD. Especially after this year.
He has a lot of aura.
Yeah, for sure. But he's also good.
Yeah.
And I love Bijan coming in, and I think he can get there. You know what I mean? Again, he's still an RB1. Like after the disappointing season, he's still an RB1.
Yeah.
So he can definitely get there. But I like all my guys. You know, Stroud is quickly becoming one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's so fun to watch.
Yeah. I can't wait to see him in the playoffs. Browns got a better team, but I feel like he could upset them.
I think so. I think that game might be the best game of the weekend.
It could be.
Honestly,
100%.
I think it very well could be.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of pissed that it's Saturday at 4:30.
Smack right in the
You know what I
Are
mean?
you working?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I'm not going to be able to watch it. But then what do you call it? Like some of the other games just suck. Like Buffalo and the Steelers. Like I don't want. You know what I mean? But I think that could be a great game, and I'm rooting for them. You know what I mean? I'm excited for what they got going on over there.
Yeah. So. Which NFL team would you compare the organization to?
I don't know, honestly. You had kind of said the Cowboys earlier. I don't know if that's just the CD comp. I think Dom kind of works more as the Cowboys, which he probably hates. But I don't know. I guess what is my?
I'm trying to think.
It's kind of just. Is it crazy to say the Texans? A team brought up on young talent, who kind of made their own way for themselves through
they won the
trades.
Super Bowl this year.
Yeah, it's like of course. But like, but I don't know. I think it's kind of like my team set a good blueprint for the rest of the league of like.
Mm-hmm.
Like a self-made, you know what I mean? Like invested your time into it. I'm not just like, you know, turning around on guys who are, you know, 3 weeks into the league and trading them away. I don't know why anybody would do that. And I'm not, you know, I'm investing my time. I was bad for 2 years.
Yeah.
And kind of just, you know, came up on my own. So, I like that I kind of laid out the blueprint for the rest of the league on it can be done and bad teams can become good.
Yeah.
So kind of the same in the NFL. So with that in mind, I don't know. I would say maybe the Texans, maybe something like that. If the Jets had pulled it off this year, like I thought they were supposed to.
That's
perhaps
who was
the Jets.
my comp for you when the season started.
Right.
Yeah.
It just didn't pan out the same at all.
But no, well, okay, yeah, and you know we got screwed by injuries and we can talk about the Jets. We suck, but you know. I think it's a decent comp because, you know, we built through the draft. You know what I mean? We have a lot of rising young talent, and it's kind of the same idea. So I wouldn't mind the Jets comp.
Yeah.
Some along those lines though, for sure.
Yeah, I like the Texans one too. It's good.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay. 3 years in, who do you think is the best franchise in the league? If you couldn't say yourself, I just need an explanation why.
The best franchise in the league.
Yes.
It's kind of tough. Honestly, I would probably have to say you.
Maybe.
Just because of how consistent you've been.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, yes, I won the championship this year, but like I said, I've been horrible the last 2 years. I finished 8th and 9th respectively in the league the last 2 years.
Oh damn.
So, I think you've been consistently good. And B-Rod, you too as well, except this year was more of a down rebuilding year.
It's okay.
No. I'm saying like you've been consistently great.
Yeah, true. I think I got the most points ever still and wins. So I guess.
Yeah, I'm second in points behind you by like 200, I believe.
Yeah, you're catching up.
But yeah, I mean that's what I mean. So I'd say probably you. Now we're talking about franchise in general. We're talking about GMs. I don't know if I put myself at the top of the list, but toward the top of the list.
Definitely.
I know Dom gave me this honor in one of his GM videos a few weeks back, which I greatly appreciated. But looking, I mean, I have every trade I've ever written out here. I can only really see myself having lost 2 of the 13 that I've made. I've made some good waiver claims. I mean, the guy on my shirt was a pickup. You know what I mean? Justin Fields, pickup.
Have we made a trade?
Yes.
Me and you?
Yeah, yes.
What was it?
The Antonio Brown trade.
Damn.
Definitely one.
And Zeke.
The Zeke trade was the other one, yep. And
Zeke was what for the
108.
108.
I traded you Zeke, you gave me the 108. I then flipped
How
that
did I have
108.
the 108?
From
You got it from
Steve or Alex?
No. That was
Oh,
the first year. That was your pick.
That was your pick the first year.
That was your pick because you also had the 107 that year,
Yeah.
which you gave to B-Rod for
I
Trey
had
Lance.
so
Right?
many picks.
You could have gotten
I'll
Garrett
stop.
and Chris Olave.
That is correct.
I know, but I didn't think Garrett was going to fall like that.
So then Chris
Nobody did.
Olave would.
Everyone had Jets syndrome. Like Sky Moore went ahead of him. Like, I don't know.
that was
Oh,
crazy.
I can't believe it.
Like I traded for Trey Lance, thinking I had no shot at picking Garrett Wilson.
Yeah.
Trading for Trey Lance, bad analytics. He was this 2-time
He
Super Bowl
does. He's a
champion.
winner. He's a winner.
I was hesitating too. I was like, "Oh, Trey Lance."
No,
Good.
you didn't want to do it.
I didn't want to do it
No.
at first, and I was like, you know what? We'll
But
see.
that's what it is. You never know with these trades.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even some of the ones I've made this year, like the Keenan Allen trade. Rasheed Rice, I have it written down. Rasheed Rice finishes the wide receiver 27.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 13 points per game. He's a crucial
really
asset on
good.
Alex's
Yeah.
team going forward.
Mhm.
And everyone laughed at him at the draft. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you never know these trades are going to pan out.
Yeah.
Now, going off of the fact, have we ever made a trade? I want to talk about another interesting almost trade that we almost made. I don't even know if you remember this. The very first year, during the season.
I have some bad thoughts sometimes about trades, so I hope it's just not a bad offer that I offered you.
The very first in season, the very guy in your shirt, his rookie year,
Oh yeah.
you offered me Jamar Chase for Stephon Diggs and my first round pick during the season, 2021.
Mm.
And I went back and forth on it, and I think I said no.
Mm.
I think I declined. But that was your offer. And I think out of all of these almost trades that I have written down here, I have so many, and all of them I can gladly say I didn't make the trade because it led to something else.
Mm.
That's the one trade that I absolutely wish I made at the time. But again, you can never know how it pans out. But it's just interesting. You know what I mean? A trade like that would have completely changed everything.
Oh yeah.
You know?
I'm glad I didn't make that. I will never trade Jamar. I promise you. I will never trade him.
Well, yeah, that's.
I'm pretty sure you're saying you're giving it a look, but
No, I'm just saying. I don't know if you would have said that about Jefferson too. You know.
I think you said that about Jefferson last year.
I said that. No, I said.
No,
I was
you said you were
trade-
gonna trade him last
I
year,
did.
and I was like, no, you're not, and then you didn't, and then you did.
After you put up
Once-
2 in the championship.
Once you
Yeah,
gave me a
yeah.
2.5
Yes.
piece in the championship, I was like, we don't do that here. You know what I'm saying? T'Challa was like, we don't do that here. That's why I said to Justin Jefferson. I was like,
But yeah, I don't know. So that again, that would have been very interesting. But other than that, yeah, we made the Antonio Brown trade and the Zeke trade, and I can confidently say, considering that the Antonio Brown trade ended up being, I used that 110 to package up with Norm. I then traded the 107 that I got from Norm for Jahan Dotson. It was kind of a nothing. Kind of canceled each other out, so it kind of ended up being not that great.
But Caleb somehow
Yeah.
Well,
goes to
that's what I'm
Washington,
saying,
Dotson
right?
could
Dotson, yeah,
He could be
who did
good.
not finish as the wide receiver 12. Unfortunately, he finished as the wide receiver 56.
12 is crazy, actually.
56. So you know he was close.
12 is crazy.
But yeah. So I think he can still be great. You know, but we'll see. But yeah, kind of nothing. But that 108 that I got from the Zeke trade, as we all know, packaged into him and Juju for CD, who has
wait.
the
That's what the
108
trade was?
It was
108
in
the 108 that I got from the Zeke trade and Juju
108 in Juju for CD.
for CD.
That's why we broke on him.
Dom, what the hell, man?
But hey, you know what? Looking back on it, he got a lot of it. You know what I mean?
Olave's a really good player.
He's a good piece.
Yeah.
He's not a CD piece. I mean, I think we all know that. He's not a CD piece. That's why every time I text Dom now, I can't even text him about regular things without him asking for his boy back. But
I do think if Olave gets like a quarterback that's actually good though, like he could put up basically or like nearly as much as CD does. Like I think he could be like a 17 point per game guy.
Oh yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
He's a great wide receiver. He's just I mean he hasn't gotten there yet. And as of right now, although it got a lot closer, I still think I easily won the deal, especially considering what CD has done for me this year.
Yeah, and dropping 40 in the championship, like
Huge,
that just
right?
cements it right
Huge,
there.
yeah, exactly. So
And, hey, the AB trade was good for me for maybe like 6 weeks.
he was good.
He was playing really
he was
good for me
good.
at
He was
flex.
really
He was a starter on my team in 2021.
Yeah.
That's why like once I traded him away, I kind of started to suck a lot more after that.
Mm-hmm.
But again, kind of what I was alluding to before. This was 2021 we traded, and I was trading for 2023 picks when nobody else was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So just kind of, always
You know,
thinking.
Yeah, trading ahead like for picks like that in the future, like Alex, he's gonna have a crazy
Because
draft
It makes
season.
you wonder what Alex can
People
become.
don't care about their picks 2 years
Exactly.
in the future. Certain people, I don't on camera, but certain people will trade picks 3 years into the future and think that they're nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
At the time, sure, they're nothing, but if you
Absolutely.
don't go and win the ring, they're nothing,
Yeah,
in my opinion.
100%.
I agree. 1,000%.
2 first, I'll say it. 2 first for Lamar is crazy.
Yeah.
That's gonna be bad.
Didn't
Especially-
Steve trade 2027 picks to Alex?
Yes.
No, 2027? No way.
2026.
2026. I think 2026 is the front.
No, I
20...
think it was 27.
I don't.
No.
Well,
No.
let's see. We
No way.
still 2023 picks. I don't think he went that far
Yeah.
with 27.
Okay.
I think
But
it was 26 because
During the season, he went to 25 with me.
yes.
And then during the offseason, he went to 26 with Alex.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Because then Dom went to 26 with Alex after watching Steve do it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's how that happened, right?
Yeah, I
That
think
makes
so.
sense.
Yeah, Alex could have had his 105 this year. He didn't know that he had a 2023.
That was ridiculous. I don't know how you
That
make a
was
trade
crazy.
and don't do the research.
That was
You know,
crazy.
None of them knew that Alex had a pick this year. I don't know.
Oh man. All right. Oh, my last question was about the best franchise, right? Was that the last question I had?
Yes.
Okay. Next. Who do you think is the most poverty franchise?
I actually don't want to. I don't want to steal Chris's thunder because he's actually calculated this. I watched him calculate it on paper, and I know the answer.
Yeah, he has it.
He has the poverty ring. He sends them out every with the write up, which is coming. I don't know when, but it's coming. So I don't want to give the answer away, but off the top of my head, the most poverty. I don't know, man. It probably has to be. Alex has to be up there. Oh, he's been in the playoffs, right? He's been in the playoffs 2
Has
years?
he?
No, he hasn't.
I don't think he has.
Alex never made the playoffs?
I don't think so.
No.
The first year.
I think the only 2 people that haven't made the playoffs are Mark and Alex, right?
Really?
The first, yeah, because Alex had the 103, I think, the first year. Or the 104.
I could have sworn.
The first year was me, Ryan, Steve, Dom, and Norm. And Chris.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Second year, it wasn't Alex. This year, it wasn't Alex.
Damn. Okay. Well then, yeah. Honestly, I think Alex should be down there. Mark and Chris are in that conversation.
If I didn't win a ring, I think I'd be there, but...
Yeah. That's probably, no, because you. I mean, well, if you didn't win a ring, then that's big.
Still
but, like,
good.
yeah. I'd say those are
I
probably
have my own answer.
3. What do you say?
I'm not even hating.
Okay.
I think it's Chris.
Okay.
But
Well,
I have reasons.
go ahead.
He has the least points for, right?
Okay.
And that's less than Mark and Alex, who have like tried to like build. Chris says that like he's always in win mode. So if you have if you have the like least points and you're always in win mode, I don't know. And also he has the most trades. So like
Yes.
you're making all those moves and like you still have the least points in the league somehow. And he says he's in win mode. And then third,
Yeah.
he has the longest streak at the bottom of the power rankings.
Oh, really?
Just to top it off. He has like
Yeah, that
I
makes
think he was
sense.
like at 10 for like 6